Welcome to MindCraft, where ideas turn into action and action builds the future you actually want. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you earn, your money seems to disappear before the month is over? Meanwhile, you see people your age stacking wealth, buying assets, and living with options. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's a system. And today, I'm sharing that system with you. We're breaking down how to manage your money like the 1%. The best part? This system works whether you earn $25,000 or $250,000 a year. Because it's not how much you make. It's how you manage what you make. By the end of this video, you'll have a plan you can actually follow, with real-world examples, clear steps, and no gimmicks. Let's dive in. The 25-50-15-10 rule. This is a system designed to balance growth, safety, and enjoyment, just like the wealthiest people do. It's simple, flexible, and designed to work at any income level. Here's how it breaks down. 25% of your income goes toward growth. This is the part that builds your future wealth. 50% covers essentials. This keeps your life running, but without lifestyle bloat. 15% builds stability. This is your protection when life throws you curveballs. 10% fuels joy. This is guilt-free fun that keeps you motivated. Let's break down what this looks like in real life. 25% for growth. This is where you put your money to work. It's what builds wealth over time, through investments, businesses, or assets that increase in value. Think index funds, rental properties, side hustles, or upskilling that boosts your income. Meet Laura. At 29, she started putting $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund through her Roth IRA. 3 years later, she had over $22,000 invested, and that's not counting growth from the market. Carlos, a freelance graphic designer, took his growth budget and spent $1,200 on a design bootcamp. It helped him land bigger clients and double his rates in less than a year. The advantage of this bucket? Your money works for you even when you're sleeping. The challenge? It takes patience. The early years can feel slow. Markets go up and down, but the 1% know this. Consistent investing beats trying to time the market or chasing the next big thing. And here's a perfect example of how time beats timing. Meet Billy. He started investing $200 a month at age 20 into a simple S&P 500 index fund. He kept that up for 40 years, contributing a total of $96,000. Then there's Phil. Phil waited until he was 30, but invested $300 a month, 50% more than Billy. Over 30 years, Phil contributed $108,000, more money than Billy. But by age 60, Phil's investments grew to about $678,000. Billy's? Around $1.26 million. Billy invested less money, but because he started earlier, time and compound growth worked their magic. That's the 1% mindset. Start now, no matter how small. Start simple. Open a Roth IRA or 401k. Invest in low-fee index funds like S&P 500 ETFs or total market funds. Automate your contributions so growth happens without you having to think about it. Growth can also include building a business. Maya, a college student, used her growth budget to launch a small Etsy store selling digital planners. She reinvested a portion of her profits to learn SEO and advertising, and by year 2, her store generated an extra $12,000 annually, all while she was finishing school. 50% for essentials. This bucket covers your cost of living: rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, insurance, the stuff that keeps life running. The trap most people fall into is letting this bucket expand every time they get a raise. That's how people earning 6 figures still end up broke. Let's take Tasha. She was spending nearly 70% of her income on rent, eating out, and subscriptions. Once she applied the 50% rule, she moved to a more affordable apartment, canceled unused subscriptions, and started cooking more at home. In 6 months, she freed up $800 a month to put toward growth and stability. Essential spending is where small changes create big breathing room. People think they need to cut out coffee or Netflix, But the real wins come from housing and transport. John, earning $75,000, realized his downtown rent was eating him alive. He found a place 20 minutes further out, saving $500 a month. That single move funded both his investing and emergency savings. The upside of controlling essentials is freedom. The downside is that it takes discipline. You have to review, negotiate, and sometimes say no to lifestyle upgrades that don't actually add value. But the payoff is huge. You'll feel less stressed, and your future self will thank you. 15% for stability. This is your safety net. It's the money you set aside so that when life happens, and it will, you're ready. Job loss, medical bills, car repairs. If you don't have stability, one emergency can wipe out years of progress. John, a contractor, built a 6-month emergency fund over 2 years. When work dried up, he didn't panic. He focused on finding the right next gig, without going into debt. Tanya's car broke down unexpectedly. Her stability fund meant she paid cash. No credit cards, no loans, no stress. The advantage? Peace of mind. The disadvantage? This money just sits in savings. It doesn't grow like your investments. But that's the point. It's not for growth, it's for protection. Keep it in a high-yield savings account earning 4 to 5%. And remember, this is not money to dip into for vacations or new gadgets. It's for real emergencies. A common mistake is thinking credit cards are a backup plan. They're not. Credit is debt, and debt adds stress. The 1% don't rely on debt to solve problems. They rely on preparation. 10% for joy. This is the money that keeps you sane. You work hard, you manage your money wisely. You should enjoy life along the way. That's what this bucket is for. Guilt-free spending on the things that matter to you. Ben uses his joy fund for travel. Marisol spends hers on family experiences and hobbies. The advantage? It keeps you motivated and helps you stick to your bigger plan. The risk is letting this bucket leak into overspending. The solution? Keep it separate. Set up a fun account and automate transfers. When it's gone until next month. The key here is intentional spending. Buy what actually fuels your happiness, not what social media says you should want. Experiences, learning new skills, building relationships, these tend to give the best return on joy. If you're wondering how to actually put this plan into motion, here's exactly where to begin. 1. Audit your spending. Go through the last 3 months. Where is your money really going? How much is going to growth, essentials, stability, and joy? Be honest with yourself. 2. Automate the system. On payday, have your growth, stability, and joy contributions move automatically. What's left covers essentials. This flips the usual script. Instead of saving what's left over, you spend what's left over after funding your future. 3. Start small if needed. If 25% for growth feels impossible at first, start with 10% or 15%. The important thing is to begin. The percentages can increase as your income grows. 4. Keep it simple. For growth, use index funds or ETFs. For stability, use a high-yield savings account. For joy, a separate no-fee checking account. No need to overcomplicate it. Real-life example. Let's look at Aisha. She's 24, earning $60,000 as a software tester. She keeps her essentials to $30,000 a year. She puts $15,000 into her Roth IRA and index funds. She saves $9,000 for stability and uses $6,000 for travel, hobbies, and time with friends. After 2 years, she's got nearly $30,000 invested, $9,000 in cash savings, and she's taken 2 trips, all without debt. The beauty of this system is that it scales. As your income rises, the percentages stay the same, but the amounts grow. That's how you build wealth steadily and securely. So what does this all mean for you? It means that wealth isn't luck. The 1% don't rely on luck. They use systems, and now you have one too. 25% goes to growth. Build assets and wealth. 50% covers essentials. Live well, not wastefully. 15% builds stability. Protect yourself from life's surprises. 10% fuels joy. Enjoy what you're building. Let's pause for a moment. You started this video curious about how the 1% manage their money differently. And now, you have the playbook. The truth is, wealth isn't just about earning more. It's about what you do with what you earn. It's about ownership over your future, building assets that work for you, and designing a system that keeps you growing no matter your income level. The strategies we covered today aren't magic. They're what separates those who build lasting wealth from those who stay stuck on the hamster wheel. The question is, what will you do with it? Most people will watch this and scroll on, but not you. If you've made it this far, it's because you're ready to stop guessing and start building. So here's your next step. Write down the one action you'll take this week, whether it's opening that investment account, setting up a high-yield savings fund, or just tracking your spending for the first time. Whatever it is, take action today. Post it in the comments to make it real. You might just inspire someone else to do the same. And if this video sparked a new way of thinking, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe for more no-fluff strategies to build smarter, and share this with a friend who's ready to level up too. This is MindCraft, where we don't just talk about success, we build it together.